Hi YouTube, so welcome back. Part of my throat chakra, I've been going through some ascensions, so my chakras are realigning themselves. Anyways, that being said, I wanted to give y'all a very raw, real, funky message. And that's about being your true, authentic self and how that will be your greatest protection versus faking the funk and expecting certain crystals or amulets to be a greater protector for you than you are for yourself. Now, yes, there are things that we can use as catalysts to bring protection onto people that maybe someone else may have empowered for you. Okay? And in that case, it would be their energy, their power, alongside whatever science they may have used to channel on this protection energy for you. But when you are your authentic self, as much as we are all part of the one same source, part of a collective, and there's polarities and dualities in that, you have a tiny aspect in you that makes you different from everyone else in the whole entire universe. That is a beautiful thing. That one thing is you. That you part is your biggest creator, your biggest defense, your biggest protector, your biggest manifester. Okay? That part of you is the part of you that the innocent you came into this world with. The part of you that throughout your whole entire life you cannot cease to ignore. Even if you try to wear a mask and portray yourself to be someone else, internally that voice will be screaming to you. It is your soul. It is you. Okay? When you are genuine, when you are connected with your true self, okay? Whether you are practicing your spirituality or not, okay? Consciously, let me correct that, consciously. But you are being your authentic self, this will protect you against everything, okay? A lot of the times we create ourselves to a smaller degree, or we chop ourselves down to fit into places, situations, or things so that we can remember ourselves, so that we can put ourselves whole and complete again. We bring ourselves to separation only to bring us back into wholeness and be like, oh, I finally remember who I am again, or I finally feel good, I finally feel like I'm connected with myself again. And really it was us who dismembered ourselves, took us apart, by allowing certain situations to overpower ourselves, by having a sense of doubt, a sense of insecurity, things like that, okay? Giving our power away to others without maybe consciously being aware of. However, you're still doing it. And so when we do that, we are saying this person, situation, thing is bigger than me, is stronger than me, is more powerful than me. And when we say that, we're not listening to the I am, which is us, which is true. We're caught up in the me, which is a form of we. It is the flip version, right? The mirror reflection. So you're looking at the collective, and it's not to say that you're better than everybody, but to know that you have a special part of you that makes you you, a special element, okay? Even if it's by a 0.00001 degree, that makes it different from everyone else. That is your superpower. A lot of the times we do have to change certain frequencies about ourselves so we can be on a certain vibration, so that we can draw in certain manifestations or shift ourselves from certain vibrations, such as maybe you suffer from a depression. And I'm using this as an example because I personally have dealt with suffering from depression. And I know it's not an easy thing, and you can easily spiral down into that. And so there's going to be times when you are going to have to listen to different music, use certain aromas to just kill the certain bacteria that are around you, or to uplift you, trigger your sense of smell to trigger certain more happier thoughts, okay? And that's because you're at such a lower state. You're saying that depression is more powerful than you are. But that is an illusion, and that is a lie. Therefore, you are in that depressive state and not living in your true, authentic self being. And pardon me, I'm driving at the same time. And so now this entity of depression has taken over you, has overpowered you, has made you weaker. And let me just park for a moment. There's like so much. Thank you, darling. All right, y'all. So the entity of depression has overpowered you, and you allowed it. Consciously or subconsciously, you allowed it. So when you begin to tap into your true, authentic self, you begin to see the light again. You begin to say, wait a minute, I don't have to be in this depressive state. I can be all that I am. I can be in a higher vibration because I am that too. And you start feeling your light again. And that is your protection. You become whole and complete again because you allow yourself to be your I am. You allow yourself to be you. And therefore, you begin to be protected against that lower vibration, that at some point you would begin to recognize the triggers, the signs, the symptoms of that energy, and you're able to protect yourself against that. Like you can say, oh, you know what, let me just take a cold shower, or let me take a bath, a salt bath, or let me drink some tea, let me go out for some air, let me take a walk. You now start moving in accordance to the best version of yourself, so that you protect yourself from that lower energy that is not truly you. It is only you if you allow yourself to be in that frequency. But at the same time, that you is dismembered, okay? And when you remember yourself, you don't want to go back to a place where you're dismembered. But we also do trick ourselves a lot due to programmings, right? to dismember ourselves in many different areas, whether it was due to trauma, due to a relationship, due to Hollywood movies, shows, whatever it may have you. And it's important for you to remember that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, not a human having a spiritual experience. So a lot of the times, people will confuse kindness for weakness. They will assume that spirituality means being all love and light and forgetting about the darkness. They will assume that a person doesn't drink or smoke or cuss. Like, bitch, fuck that. I'ma live in accordance to how I feel like moving and vibrating, because this is my human experience, right? So it's important for you to live your authentic self, authentic life as a form of protection. All right. I say this because I've been there, done that as well. And one thing I always try to say is, yes, power, knowledge is power. Yes, it's important to study. Yes, it's important to learn. Yes, it's important to do certain things at times. But it's just as important, if not more important, for you to be your authentic self and be your true self and live in your authenticity, so that you could attract the proper vibration that is in alignment with who you are, with you, so that you can be in the vibration of the Most High with yourself and the collective of the Most High. All the aspects of you. Because everything that is external is a reflection of what is in you. Even if it seems wicked, wild, evil, mean, ugly, pretty, flourishing, powerful. Every time I meet a new teacher, I once used to get intimidated and I would feel like this person was more powerful than me. And then I started saying, wait a minute, if I'm attracting them, that means somewhere, somehow, as powerful as they are, I'm just as powerful. And as much as they may know, I know too. Because I am drawing them. I am in their presence and they are in my presence. Therefore, we are in the same vibration. We are in the same timeline. So they cannot be more powerful than me. It may externally be perceived that way if I choose to perceive it that way. Or they may feel that way as well. But in the truth and the reality is that in that time and space, we are sharing a frequency. And in order for us to share that frequency, we have to be on that frequency. So they are not any more or less than I am. Now, if you see a goal and it seems above you, or there's a teacher or influencer or someone that you want to mentor you, or something that isn't necessarily in your frequency per se, kind of feels out of reach, out of your league, you can't quite, you don't know their name, maybe you don't know, you just have a internal knowingness of this is what you want to draw in. Not until you meet yourself at a certain frequency will you be able to meet them. Then you can say, all right, I got some growth I gotta do. And the same with lower vibrational beings. At some point you gotta ask yourself, what about me is still attracting this, or what about me is this? As much as I can't stand this person or this situation, a part of me is that, a part of me attracts that, a part of me hasn't learned that lesson because I keep putting myself in this situation. Now, yes, you can see it and step out from it and say, you know what, I outgrown that. I'm not going to entertain that no more. That's a distraction. And then sometimes we feed the distractions. Sometimes we want those distractions. But you make the choice because you have the free will. So whatever circumstances, whatever consequences, whether good or bad, that is a perception of what your reality is, of your consciousness. You chose that. And that's a motherfucking hard ass pill to swallow sometimes. And I know at times I catch tantrums. Like, I know there's times I catch a tantrum, but like they say, with great power comes great responsibility. And when you begin to learn this, you begin to G-check yourself, but at the same time, honor yourself, love yourself, don't belittle yourself, don't be hard on yourself. Say, fuck it, damn, that might have been an L, but that L, I'm going to take it like a lesson. It's not a loss. I never lose. Never lose. Always learn. Alright? So that's going to be my message. If you want me to go deeper into this type of topics, leave that down on the comments below. I don't know why I felt the need to share this. Maybe it was somebody out there questioning themselves or whatever it may be. But I know that this is something that's not always spoken about in the conscious community or the spiritual community. A lot of the times we're talking about how to raise our vibration or our breathing, and all those things are important. Absolutely, very important. But at the same time, so is being your authentic self. And that is the greatest gift that you have to share with the world. And that is your greatest defense as well. So I thank you for sharing time and space. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it if you think it's going to be valuable or helpful towards anyone else. Subscribe to my channel if you like this video and you feel like you can relate to this channel or you want to support. I really appreciate it. And peace, y'all.